Is the new AI bank feed in QuickBooks Online actually helpful? Are bookkeepers resisting it because they don't want change? Or are there real problems that need to be fixed? I'll share a quick demo and my honest review. Hi, I'm Veronica Wasek, the unstoppable introvert and founder of 5-Minute Bookkeeping. I help virtual bookkeepers to become confident professionals and thriving business owners. QuickBooks says that their new AI bank feed will save us time and make bookkeeping easier. But does it really? I tested it myself, and let's just say I'm not impressed. So let me show you why. Okay, so I'm in a brand new QuickBooks Online file, and it is connected to a credit card account, and I have 177 transactions to work through. I'm going to add and categorize transactions, and as I do that, I will give you my honest review of what I think of the new QBO AI Bank Feeds. First of all, what I'm noticing is that we have some extra columns that we didn't have in the past, like attaching transactions, requesting information. Now we can see the vendor directly on the screen, whereas before you had to click on the transaction to expand it and then to be able to see the vendor. So that's not bad. Then we have this match categorize, and you'll notice that by a lot of these transactions, you'll see this little AI sort of icon. And then it's giving you suggestions as to what account categories you might want to use. Keep in mind, these are suggestions. Even though this is supposedly AI driven, it's only suggesting. Perhaps as we work through adding more transactions, it'll get better. So we'll see as we do that. Then we have this match and categorize, which you can toggle between both. Currently, everything defaults to categorize. And then we have post, which means that it'll add the transaction to QBO. Okay, so let me work through the first transaction. And actually what I will do is I'm going to sort the transactions from the oldest to the newest. So I'll go ahead and just click on the icon next to date. So now I'm starting with the oldest transaction. Notice also that for the bank description, I'm not sure how it's getting this type of bank description, but when you hover over it, you'll see the actual description that shows up on the statement. So this is Google G Suite, suggesting that we use Google for the vendor. So we'll go ahead and use that. And then for the match categorize, it's defaulting or suggesting software and apps, which is correct. Notice if we click to expand the transaction, we can see the transaction type, the vendor, the memo, the account category, and then this is an explanation from QuickBooks as to why it was suggesting office expenses, software and apps. I feel like this is just a lot of real estate, first of all. Most people are not going to take the time to read this. So saying that it's coming up with these categories based on similar transactions in my books. However, there are no transactions on these books because it's a brand new company. But it appears to suggest office expenses, software and apps, which is correct, or office expenses, merchant account fees, which I don't really know why it would suggest that. This is Google G Suite. Google normally wouldn't be a merchant account fee, so I don't know where that's coming from. Okay, so we'll go ahead and post. Okay, so now we have another Google expense. Notice what it's suggesting, memberships and subscriptions. I'm not really sure why it's doing that. The other suggestion is general business expenses, which again is not correct. It should be software and apps. So go ahead and change that. I can go to the chart of accounts list, select software and apps, and then I will select post. Next is Stormboard. Stormboard is also software expense. It's not really picking up the vendor name, so we'll need to go ahead and add it. But notice that it's suggesting Stormboard, so we'll go ahead and just click to add it. And then when we look at the category, it says general business expenses. I've noticed that when QuickBooks doesn't know how to categorize it, it's defaulting to general business expenses. In the past, it used to default to uncategorized expenses, and now it's going to general business expenses. General business expenses is an account that seems to be sort of a catch-all type of account. As an accountant, I would not recommend using it on a regular basis because it's not specific enough. I'm going to categorize several transactions because I want to see what the AI does after I have categorized multiple transactions and to see if it's learning from what I'm doing. And I will come back after I have added several more transactions. So here's something that I wanted to bring to your attention. So this is a payment to Alta Accountant. And notice that it's suggesting legal and accounting services. Alta Accountant is actually not an accounting firm. They provide training and conferences. And so I just wanted to understand why is it suggesting legal and accounting services. And it's saying that it's based on the full bank description, that it could be with Alta Accountant LLC. The suggestion is based on the limited text and the full bank description and categories that a business might generally use. I can understand if it's looking at the word accountant and thinking that this is accounting expenses. However, for AI, I would expect a lot more than just like, hey, I'm just going to use whatever name is in the description to suggest something. So a little disappointed here. I thought it would be smarter, I guess. If it's artificial intelligence, it should go well beyond just looking at if a word is in the description that may indicate what that expense is for. If you're finding this video helpful, do me a favor and show your support by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. And remember to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. It really helps more bookkeepers to find this content. Here's another frustration. Amazon. I have categorized multiple Amazon transactions to office supplies, and yet it still is suggesting supplies rather than office supplies. So if it is AI and if it is learning from what I'm doing, notice that the transaction history here, I have multiple transactions and even more prior to that. Each and every one went to office supplies. So why wouldn't it suggest office supplies? So this could use a lot of improvement here. I would think by now it would have learned that it needs to suggest office supplies rather than supplies. Okay, so I have categorized several transactions and I decided to sort everything by bank description just so I could look at all the different vendors and the categories that the AI Bank Feeds is suggesting. So here's one where I'm really confused as to why it's even suggesting this. So A&D Transportation is a car service, limo service, and you'll notice that it suggested cost of goods sold freight in. I'm not really sure why it would do that, so take a look and see why it's saying that. Notice how this wording is really not useful. This transaction could be with A&D Transport. Well, is it or isn't it? Isn't this AI? I mean, I get a lot more out of ChatGPT when I use it. I'm not sure why this is not at the level that I'm expecting as an AI user. And then why would it suggest a freight in cost of goods sold? Does it even know whether this is a company that sells product? I haven't set up any inventory. Haven't done anything to suggest that we should have cost of goods sold, and certainly nothing to say that there should be any freight in transactions. So I don't know if it's just looking up this word transportation and making assumptions. But again, disappointed. I would expect a lot more if this is truly AI driven. I have a high expectation of AI because I use it a lot and I'm not impressed here. Again, with Amazon, I have entered multiple transactions for Amazon. They have all been posted to office supplies and it continues to suggest supplies. So I don't know at what point the learning curve kicks in for this AI. It's not categorizing transactions as I would expect and not consistently. And again, you'll notice that it's saying this is the transaction history, categorization history. It's all of them have gone to office supplies. Again, I don't know why it's not suggesting that. It's not learning from what I'm doing. At least the credit card payments appear to be categorized correctly. So there's this new terminology called pair, which means that it's pairing this transaction with a transaction in another account. So it's pairing this transaction with the transaction in the bank account. Again, with the catch-all account, it doesn't know where to put it, so it puts it to general business expenses, which needs to be further categorized. It seems to get all of the software and app transactions categorized correctly, so that's good. And here's something that I definitely was not expecting. So I'm not sure why it's using support.com as a description when the name of this vendor is Total WP Support. And this is an expense, and then it's suggesting services, but services is an income account. So I have no idea why it would suggest an income account for an expense transaction. And I've noticed that QuickBooks seems to use this account also as a sort of catch-all account when it doesn't know what to categorize something to. So it's either putting it into general business expenses or to services. Okay, so now I'm in the bank account. The transactions are still sorted by bank description, so we have a lot of PayPal deposits. And notice that the suggested category is billable expense income. Again, I'm confused. Why would it suggest that? Wouldn't it suggest sales income? Why would it be billable expense income? That's confusing. I don't know why it's doing that. Here are other income transactions that they're defaulting to services, which again is an income account. So at least those are income transactions. By why would it go to services rather than sales of product income or just sales income? Here you can see some Google income, which is defaulting to sales of product income. But again, wouldn't all the sales default to, as you can see here, this defaults to sales. However, it's not sales. So you can see that it's using different sales accounts. It's using services income, sales income, and sales of product income. Again, not very impressed here. And I'm wondering, what is the extent of this AI that is being used? Because to me, this doesn't seem like an improvement from the previous bank feeds. It actually seems like it's a lot more work. So what do I really think about the new AI bank feeds in QuickBooks Online? Honestly, I'm underwhelmed. It feels slower, less efficient, and the AI doesn't seem to learn from how I have categorized transactions in the past. If this tool is supposed to save time and streamline our workflow, it's not doing the job. AI should help us to work smarter and not make things more complicated. Right now, it feels like this feature is being rolled out before it's truly ready, and it feels like it's being forced upon us. At the very least, the AI should know how to categorize transactions and learn from historical data. New features should be upgrades and not setbacks. Right now, this one's not ready in my opinion, and I'm switching back to classic bank feeds. If you work with the new QBO AI Bank Feed, I'd love to hear from your experience. Drop a comment below and let me know if you think it's helpful or is it creating more work. Do you want to know how I review my clients' books in just 15 minutes? Then sign up for my free Smart Review checklist. I'll link that for you in the description. Is AI taking over QBO, and what are AI agents? Watch this video next where I talk about the new QBO AI agents. I'll see you there.